Hello everyone, Johnny Hurricane here from GamersHeroes.com, and why don't you sit back, relax, and let me tell you about Nioh 2. This Nioh 2 preview is based upon the open beta build that they had, and it was done on the PS4 Pro. Since it was a beta, there was no story cutscene to start it or anything. You're basically just tossed right into the character creator, which is in-depth, very in-depth. You can adjust like nose length, chin length, cheek length, it's got all that business. Or you can be like me, pick a hair, pick a face, pick a size, and go. This is a prequel, and you will be playing as your own character, unlike the original Nioh. So all that stuff that you did in the first Nioh with William ain't gonna matter in this one. So this part right here is where you pick which weapons you want to use throughout the game. You can change it at any time, but it also gives you additional stats. I don't think this will be in the actual game. This seems a little too straightforward. I think it'll be a more tutorial-based thing where you actually use every weapon. But after you pick the weapon, you'll be stuck with the stats and those weapons until you find new ones. For those of you that did not enjoy the original Nioh, I don't think this is going to do enough to change your mind. It's a lot more of an updated, upgraded version of Nioh. There are new mechanics and new systems, and the dual axes, which, by the way, are great. I think they're probably going to get nerfed because they're a little bit too strong, but I really enjoyed them. But like I said, if you didn't like the original Nioh, I don't think this is going to do enough to change your mind. That said, those of you that did like the original Nioh, there's a lot to do here. So let's go over some of the new things that are in the game. First off, there were always red Revenants, but now there's blue Revenants, which are basically AI players that you can summon. As a player, you can put down your symbol one place in the level, and as a player, you can then summon someone that is an AI to assist you. This is just in case you can't find a real player to get to join you, which I could not, but I had no trouble joining people. I couldn't get anyone to join me, but joining people was fine. These AI are not going to make it so you can beat everything super simple. They're not overpowered or anything like that. They play decently enough. They do some dumb stuff sometimes, like they'll sit there and shoot their bow, or they'll sit and poison, things like that. They're just there to help you if you don't feel like playing with an actual player. Another new mechanic is the Soul Core mechanic. These are basically extra abilities that you can equip to yourself. You can only have 2 equipped at once, and you get them from killing Yokai. It's not a guaranteed drop, but if you keep farming them, you can get them pretty quickly. To use these, you'll need Anima, which is the purple meter below your key bar there. To get Anima, you attack, you eat certain plants, block, things like that. These skills are, I would say, balanced. I didn't find any one that was too overpowered. Plus, you can't spam them. You can only use them so often. That said, the Kappa Shell there, if you turn around and get hit, it basically takes 0 damage. It's pretty awesome. From what I could tell, every yokai I fought had one, which is going to give you a lot more options when it comes to combat. There's attacking ones, defensive ones, utility ones, and buff ones. There's probably like healing ones later in the game, but I didn't get any of those. On top of that, there's a new counter burst. Basically, when the enemy does their charge up red attack, you can then use your yokai counter to push them back. It feels a little weak, to be honest. It doesn't feel like a counter, it feels more like a block. A counter to me is like, you messed up, now I pummel your face. This is just like a deflect. All the changes I've mentioned so far I have enjoyed. These ones that are coming up I'm a little iffy on. This one especially, there's a new stat called Courage. This stat basically affects how quick your stamina regens, your ki. Without your ki, you can't attack, you can't dodge, you can't block. There's nothing you can really do. I know why they're doing it. They want you to focus more on your ki pulse to regenerate your ki. But the thing is, there's so much already going on. It's hard to focus on attack, defense, yokai stuff, watching your back, of course, and then ki pulse. It's overwhelming is what it is, and I don't think it's a good idea. Another thing that is going to be overwhelming to some people, but I actually liked it, skill trees are huge now, like massive. There's a ton of them, and all of them have huge branching paths. If you're focusing on 1 or 2 weapons, it's probably not going to be a big deal, but if you want to see everything, yeah, good luck. My biggest complaint comes from these corrupted shrines. There's nothing worse than when you are like, oh, there's my salvation. There's the spot I'm going to finally be able to heal, especially in these Soulsborne types game, only to walk up to it and be like, oh, it's corrupted and you can't use it right now. Excuse me? So you're telling me I got to clear out all these enemies before I can stop at my shrine and get a heal? Or I have to go all the way back to another shrine and heal there? No. That's not how these games work. See, I fought my way here so I could heal here, not so I have to go back and then fight everything else again. I only saw the one in the game, but I'm sure there's going to be plenty more, and this is a big problem. It's going to be a big problem for a lot of people. How many times are you going to have to make it to these shrines and get stomped trying to clear the shrine before you're finally just like, I'm done. I don't need this. I hope they do something about it. They probably won't. This is something that was in the original game from what I recall, and it's something I disliked then. It's something I dislike now. When a player is grappled and you try to attack to like free them, the enemy is invincible. That doesn't make any sense. The enemy is grappling, thus exposing itself, so you should be able to wail on it, but you can't. That was an annoyance for me in the first game. An annoyance for some people was how much loot there is in the original Nioh. You're still going to have a ton of loot in Nioh 2. It's not uncommon to get to the end of the level and have like 10 or 15 pieces in each slot. Let's wrap it up and go over the combat real quick. The combat from the original Nioh, I enjoyed. I thought it was pretty good. That said, I only stuck to the spear, so I don't know how the rest of the weapons performed. Here I was using double axes, a lot quicker, a lot shorter, so I was having some range issues, but that was because of the distance, not because of the game. The combat is fast, it is fluid, and if you mess up, even against a rank and file amateur, you could probably die. They all have super strong attacks, and if you're not blocking, you're not dodging, you're going to bite the dust a lot, and you're probably just going to end up quitting the game. For those of you that played the original Nioh, you're going to have to kick the tires a little bit, shake off the rust, that's for sure. Once you get back into it, you will enjoy it. At least I did. Man, I'll tell you what, I fell in love with these axes, and I'm going to be sad when they nerf them. Anyways, that'll do it for me. Thumbs up for the Nioh 2 beta. Hoping they do make it so that key stamina regeneration is a little less hectic, but we'll see how it goes. If you liked what you saw and got what you needed, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you're going to be playing Nioh 2 or not. And of course, there's Hot Springs and Kodamas. Later, Gators.